Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're an independent contractor and you're struggling to get either a business loan or a personal loan, then this video is going to help you because I'm going to break down some of the places that you should consider taking a look at. Now, the first one we're talking about is Axiom. All right. Now, here's the thing about Axiom. They are a non-profit. Okay. They are a non-profit lender. Now, the good thing about Axiom, American Express actually gives Axiom money as well to loan out to struggling businesses also. Now, here's the thing about it. You can see from here what are the minimum requirements. 1 year in business, $50,000 annual sales. By the way, that's only like $4,200 a month, right? And you own at least 20% of the business. So if you're in an LLC and you have a partnership with somebody else, you have to list everybody that's on that LLC, all right, in order to qualify for this loan. All right. Now, something I definitely want to bring to your attention is that they look at business borrowers no more than 20% of annual revenue. So if your annual revenue is $100,000, then you're looking at potentially between a $10,000 and $20,000 loan. Okay. They look at the annual revenue. So if you're making 200,000, again, that's what you're looking at. 20 to $40,000 is what you're possibly looking at in order to get qualified for a loan. All right. So that's the first one. Now, another lender I would definitely tell you to check out is DreamSpring. And the reason you want to check out DreamSpring is because it is power line of credit. And I'm going to break this down for you. Power line of credit with DreamSpring, as you can see, it's 24 months, a revolving line of credit, 50,000 with fixed interest rates. Now, why would I go for DreamSpring? By the way, the credit score for DreamSpring, the minimum credit score is a 620. Now, this here line of credit is issued through Upstart. So more likely they're going to look at your excuse me, more likely they're going to look at your LexisNexis as well as your TransUnion in order to qualify you. But the minimum credit score is 620. Now, also with this here line of credit that you go after, it reports both on the personal and the business. That's the only uh, downplay about this, but they will give you the money. Now, they are a nonprofit as well. They're associated with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. All right. Now, here's the thing I want to tell you. I would prefer going after this line of credit instead of the loan. Now they offer a loan with larger amounts, right? And so with their loans, you can see they go from 1,000 up to 250,000. But the challenge with these loans and the time frame is longer, right, than that line of credit. But here's the thing about it: with this here line of credit, you can use it, pay it down, and use it again. So let's just say that you're trying to start a Toro business, right? You can actually use this line of credit, buy your Toro, buy some cars from Toro, then pay it back down and use that money again, and you don't have to reapply for it. Once you actually get this here loan, once you use that money and pay it back, you have to apply for it again. So that's the reason I always tell people you want to deal with lenders that are willing to offer you a line of credit if possible. Now, another option for you guys that don't have the best credit is with PayPal. PayPal, as you can see, they offer two different types of loan. You have the business loan and the working capital loan, right? And you can see that the amounts from 5,000 up to 100,000, and from 1,000 up to 200,000. Now, here's where things really get different is in terms of the type of product you have, because with the business loan, you have to be making 33,300 and be in business at least 9 months in a PayPal business account, right? But with the working capital, if you have a Premier account for at least 90 days, you only have to be making 15,000, right? And then if you have a PayPal business account, it's 20,000. So Depends on your situation. Now, why I'm bringing up PayPal, and this is going to help some of you guys, especially like if you're in the gig economy as an independent contractor. Here's the thing about it. I tell people to work PayPal, and this is how you work it. If you're getting paid and you're getting paid daily, what I would do, I would transfer the money into my PayPal account. Then I would have a major bank set up that reports to the business credit bureaus. So one of those banks would be like Chase Bank, right? And so many of us know that Chase Bank is very flexible with their business credit cards. All right. So the minimum with a business credit card, usually with Chase, is about a 680. But here's the thing about it that changes the game that a lot of people don't know. All right. When you have those deposits going on with PayPal, now PayPal will also give you usually about 30% of your uh, annual revenue of the business. Okay, so that's what PayPal will give you, right? And they're going to do this with no hard pull on the credit. Okay, now here's the thing about it: transferring that money, say, over to Chase. Then what you want to do is make sure that you have your payroll set up. And that's the reason I tell you guys, like, some people don't want to do payroll, but you're leaving money on the table because it's a lot of companies out there that will give you money if you can show proof that you have bank statements and pay stubs, even if you have bad credit. And so we're actually, even now, we're giving away free payroll for 6 months. When you sign up with us, we give you 6 months of free payroll. It's our March Madness promotion. Plus, I'm giving you a free 30-minute consultation. All right. So that's the thing about it. And most people, they'll sleep on this. This is only until March 25th. But most people, they don't think they need payroll. Well, guess what? You thinking that you have a high credit score. Oh, I got a high credit score. Well, guess what? A lot of these banks now, like I've mentioned in another video, that like with Truist, Chase, they're starting to cut lines down because a lot of people that signed up for a business credit card and trying to go after like business lines and business loans and stuff like that, they're not able to produce paperwork. All right. Now, again, it's still the same way with credit cards. You can use stated income on that. But when you trying to go to that next level with lines of credit, and one of the easiest lines of credit I've been telling you guys is Wells Fargo line of credit, because all you need is a 680. Another easy line of credit, but first they're going to give you a credit card, is PNC Bank. So having those deposits and things of that nature going into. Now, another thing, another level to this is looking at Navy Federal to get in their business line of credit, which is also easy once you're able to join. But again, here's the thing about it. Navy Federal, they have two scoring systems. They look at the personal score and they look at the credit score. Okay, excuse me, they look at the credit score and they look at the internal score. Now, what does that mean? When you join Navy Federal, all right, they look at the personal credit, and many people usually have the benefit of having a bad credit score and being able to get a $25,000 credit card with a 550 credit score, depending on the relationship, right? Because they are relationship backed. But when it comes on the business side, now you're talking a different situation because you have to have at least a 660 and you have to have an internal score above 300. Well, for some people, they don't know how to get a high internal score. So let me break it down. By you having direct deposits, this is what I mean about setting up the payroll. So that way, your companies over there with Navy Federal, you can have them that set up payroll. We can set the payroll up. Then you can cut yourself a check from the company paying you and having it directed into Navy Federal personal account, and then you will be able to get more funding that way. And most people don't play this game. They're like, oh, I don't need it. It's not necessary. But the thing about it, this is a different level, especially when you want a larger dollar amounts of funding. All right. So going back to what I was saying about the lines of credit, all right, or the internal score, I should say. Having direct deposits is very important, all right. Opening up a personal checking account, a savings account. Now, if you don't have a loan on the credit file, don't you know having a loan on your credit file, adding to your revolving accounts can give you an extra 40 points? Most people don't know that. They'll have a whole lot of credit cards, but they don't have that loan. So getting that pledge loan through Navy Federal. Also, if getting a CD or a money market account, one of those small accounts, that's going to help increase your credit score. And then opening up that business account. Now, you don't have to have any revenue in the business account in order for Navy Federal to approve you for their business credit cards and business line of credit. However, I would tell you, I will make regular weekly deposits. I would make regular weekly deposits. And so that way, for the next, because it usually takes them about 30 days to open up their account. But for that next 30 to 60 days, making small deposits, at least minimum of $25 into that account, is going to make it much easier for you to qualify for that 10, 15, $25,000 line of credit as well as that credit card. All right. Now, here's another thing with Navy Federal. Many people don't know you cannot have multiple accounts with them. And again, going back to where I mentioned about Chase with Navy Federal does not report your transactions, your business transactions to the Business Credit Bureau. Chase will report your transactions to Experian Business, Equifax Business. Then it's going to be picked up with Small Business Financial Exchange, and then it'll be picked up with Dun and Bradstreet as well. So you don't have to worry about having a Dunn's number or a Paydex score. Another place I would tell you guys, if you having bad credit and you needing funding, you can also look at Giggle Finance. It's not about the credit with them. Again, one of the biggest things that people miss out on is because they're not able to show proof of income, because depending on the hustle, you may have money just cash flowing into your pocket. Like you may be cutting hair or something like that, like a barber or something like that, and you just dealing in cash, right? So you're not making deposits, so you're trying to hide from the IRS. But many people don't know the lesser amount of money that you're not showing in deposits. Basically, you're exempting yourself from being able to get larger lines of credit because you're not on payroll. All right. And that's the reason why I'm trying to explain this. But with Giggle Finance, again, you should have at least 90 days of deposits going on into your business bank account. Minimum revenue is at least $1,500. All right. But like I said, even if you have bad credit, if you able to show that you have payroll set up and stuff like that, that's what they will go off of, because you actually have real documentation. So when you trying to get a credit limit increase and they say, well, do you got payrolls, or you trying to get a car or something like that? And they say, well, do you have pay stubs or something like this? This is how you get those pay stubs. You got to play the game. All right. Now, another place where you can possibly get from 100 up to $5,000 is this platform called Viva Payday Loans. Now, with Viva Payday Loans, the reason I like them, again, you can see that their interest rates is pretty much similar to where a bank would give you a loan. Now, the reason most people may not be able to get a bank loan or a credit union loan is because your credit score may be high. You may be a 750 credit score, but the challenge is that you may also have high debt to income ratio. And if your debt to income ratio is over that 50, 55%, that's where you're going to run into the problem. All right. So that's the reason I try to encourage you, independent contractors, to register your business and set up the payroll. That way you'll always be in position not only to raise capital for the business, but to get car loans. If you need to qualify to show proof you're trying to buy a home or get into a new apartment and stuff, you actually have paperwork proof showing that your business is actually profiting and you actually do have a real pay stub. All right. Now, the reason I'm saying a real pay stub is because what people are doing, they'll go out and they'll try to make up a pay stub, right? But here's the thing about it, and I want to show you this. Some of these companies, they use like decision logic. They use real time reporting like decision logic to log into your bank account to show proof that there's actual income coming in, right? And so you may try to create these pay stubs and say, well, here's my pay stubs. The game like that is dying out. All right. A lot of these companies are actually verifying directly through your bank account. So that's the reason, like I said, you need those pay stubs. All right. Now, another place that you possibly can get a personal loan up to $5,000 is big buck loans. All right. And usually within 15 minutes. Now, these are platforms, but they do work with tribal lenders. Okay. And so with tribal lenders, they have less paperwork in order to qualify you. Long as you have a minimum income of at least $1,000 or more a month after taxes, they're able to help you. Okay. And more likely, these here type of platforms, they may not ask you for pay stubs, but they definitely going to want to verify the bank account. All right. Now, another place for you guys that are independent contractors that have registered business, that have business, and you have income at least 2,500. Another place you should take a look at is Fair Figure, because if you're making a minimum of 2,500, when you register with them and they can identify your business, they would also give you a loan. Plus, they would actually give you two trade lines when you sign up with them. They have a business credit and personal credit monitoring service, right? And so what they're going to do, they're going to show you exactly is what's on your business credit file. Now they'll give you a trade line for that, and then again, if you're making minimum 2,500 or more and you qualify for their loan, that's going to be a trade line. So they'll report two trade lines on your business credit file as well. Other place that you can actually take a look at, and it's a platform for business owners and stuff, and this is Rapid Finance. And what it is, it goes off the credit, but they don't do a hard pull on the credit. They do a soft pull. And what they're going to be looking at in terms of if you have fair, good, great, or excellent. So you basically can choose. So you say that you have fair credit, right? You have at least a 580 credit score, and then your business, say your business making at least 50,000, or it may be making 100,000, and then this here tells you what possibly you can get approved for in terms of type of loan. All right, so this is definitely a place that you should take a look at as well. All right, so if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, but one of the things, I will put a link below for you to take advantage of our free payroll for the next 6 months if that's something that you're serious about. Thank you.